Did you know there's a creature on Earth that can regrow not just its tail, but its limbs, parts of its brain, and even sections of its heart? No, it's not a superhero from a comic book. It's the incredible and often overlooked salamander. These fascinating amphibians are hiding in plain sight, living secret lives in forests, streams, and even caves around the world. So let's pull back the curtain on these masters of regeneration and discover the amazing world of salamanders. Salamanders are a group of amphibians with a lizard-like appearance, typically characterized by their slender bodies, blunt snouts, short limbs projecting at right angles to the body, and the presence of a tail in both larvae and adults. They belong to the order Caudata, a name derived from the Latin word cauda, meaning tail. This is a key distinction from their amphibian cousins, the frogs and toads, which belong to the order Anura, meaning tailless. While they might look like lizards, they are fundamentally different. Lizards are reptiles with scales, claws, and external ear openings, while salamanders are amphibians with smooth, moist skin, no claws, and a completely different life cycle. There are over 760 known species of salamanders, and they come in a dazzling array of shapes, sizes, and colors. The smallest, like the Thorius salamanders of Mexico, are tiny enough to curl up on a dime, measuring less than an inch long. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the giants. The South China giant salamander can grow to be nearly 6 feet long and weigh over 100 pounds, making it the largest amphibian in the world. Imagine stumbling upon that in a mountain stream. One of the most remarkable things about salamanders is their skin. It's not just a protective covering, it's a multifunctional organ. Their skin is highly permeable, meaning it allows gases and water to pass through it. This allows many salamander species, especially those in the Plethodontidae family, to breathe directly through their skin and the lining of their mouths. In fact, this family, known as the lungless salamanders, makes up the majority of all salamander species. They have completely done away with lungs, relying entirely on this cutaneous respiration. This unique adaptation requires them to stay moist at all times. If their skin dries out, they can't breathe. This is why you'll almost always find them in damp environments, like under wet leaves, inside rotting logs, or near bodies of water. Their skin is also coated in a layer of mucus, which helps retain moisture and can also make them slippery and difficult for predators to grab. Furthermore, many species can secrete toxins from glands in their skin as a defense mechanism. The vibrant colors of some salamanders, like the fiery orange of an eastern newt or the bold yellow spots of a spotted salamander, often serve as a warning to predators. "I am poisonous, don't eat me." This is called aposematism, and it's a brilliant strategy to avoid becoming lunch. The life cycle of a salamander is a story of transformation. Most species start their lives as aquatic larvae, hatching from gelatinous eggs laid in water. These larvae look a bit like tadpoles, but with a key difference. They have feathery external gills branching out from the sides of their heads. They are perfectly adapted for life underwater, swimming with their finned tails and hunting tiny aquatic invertebrates. As they grow, they undergo a process called metamorphosis. They lose their external gills, develop lungs in most species, their skin thickens, and their tail shape may change. They transform from a fully aquatic creature into a terrestrial or semi-aquatic adult, ready to venture onto land. However, not all salamanders follow this exact path. Some species exhibit a fascinating phenomenon called neoteny, where they retain their juvenile features, like external gills, even after becoming sexually mature. The most famous example of this is the axolotl, the Mexican walking fish. These charismatic creatures spend their entire lives in an aquatic, larval-like state, never fully metamorphosing into a land-dwelling form in the wild. They are a Peter Pan of the amphibian world, forever young. When it comes to finding food, salamanders are patient and effective predators. The vast majority of them are carnivorous, feeding on a wide range of small creatures. Their diet typically consists of insects, worms, slugs, snails, spiders, and other invertebrates. Larger species like the tiger salamander can take on bigger prey, including small frogs, mice, and even other salamanders. Their hunting strategy is often one of stealth and ambush. They will sit perfectly still, blending in with their surroundings, waiting for an unsuspecting victim to wander too close. Then, in a flash, they strike. Many salamanders have a long, sticky tongue that they can flick out with incredible speed to snatch their prey, much like a frog or a chameleon. Some aquatic salamanders, like the hellbender, use a different technique called suction feeding. They open their mouths with explosive force, creating a vacuum that sucks in both water and any unfortunate prey item that happens to be in front of them. Perhaps the most famous and scientifically astounding ability of the salamander is its power of regeneration. This goes far beyond a lizard simply regrowing a lost tail. Salamanders can regenerate entire, fully functional limbs, bones, muscles, nerves, and skin, all perfectly reformed. If a predator bites off a leg, a salamander can simply grow a new one over a period of weeks or months. This is an ability we humans can only dream of. But it doesn't stop there. They can also regenerate damaged portions of their major organs, including their spinal cords, eyes, and even their brains. Scientists are intensely studying this process, hoping to unlock the secrets of salamander regeneration, to one day apply it to human medicine. The key seems to lie in specialized stem cells that can de-differentiate, revert to a more basic state, and then re-differentiate to form all the necessary cell types to rebuild the lost part. It's a biological superpower that makes them one of the most resilient creatures on the planet. Despite their incredible resilience, salamander populations around the world are facing serious threats. Because of their permeable skin, they are extremely sensitive to pollution and changes in their environment. Pesticides, acid rain, and chemical runoff from roads and farms can be readily absorbed through their skin, causing illness and death. Habitat loss is another major issue. Deforestation, the draining of wetlands, and urban development are destroying the damp, sheltered places they need to survive and reproduce. Climate change also poses a significant risk, as rising temperatures and altered rainfall patterns can dry out their habitats. Furthermore, a deadly fungal disease called Batrachochytrium salamandrivorans, or BSAL, is devastating salamander populations in Europe and poses a grave threat to the rich biodiversity of salamanders in North America if it spreads. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these unique amphibians, including habitat restoration projects, captive breeding programs, and research into combating diseases like BSAL. Protecting salamanders means protecting the health of our forests and freshwater ecosystems, as they are crucial indicator species. Their presence tells us that an ecosystem is healthy and thriving. From the lungless wonders that breathe through their skin to the giant swimmers of mountain streams, and from the forever young axolotl to the regenerative champions that defy injury, salamanders are truly some of the most extraordinary animals on our planet. They are quiet, secretive, and often go unnoticed. Yet they play a vital role in their ecosystems and hold biological secrets that could change the future of medicine. They remind us that there are still incredible wonders to be found in the damp, hidden corners of the world, if we only take the time to look. So the next time you're on a walk in the woods after a rain, take a moment to carefully lift a log or a rock. You might just be lucky enough to meet one of these amazing, resilient survivors.